All right, could we be seeing a reunion of epic proportions starting to brew up in New York as seemingly disgruntled wide receiver Davante Adams could potentially be wanting to join back with the love of his life, his former quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, with the New York Jets? Now, Rodgers and Adams played together for 4 years in Green Bay, and they were arguably the best quarterback and wide receiver duo in that time frame. Adams averaging almost 120 catches, over 1,400 yards, and about 15 touchdowns per season over that time span. It was an unbelievable run for them. Now, they did never get over that hump and get to the Super Bowl, but after Adams was traded away in 2022, Rodgers traded away last year to the New York Jets. It's been kind of like these two have been longing for each other. Rodgers looking for another guy that he can roll with like Davante. Didn't have that in his last year in Green Bay. Obviously missed all of last season. And Davante, he goes to Vegas, plays with his former college quarterback Derek Carr, but then Josh McDumbass ships him out of town, so he's stuck alone with Jimmy Garoppolo and Aiden O'Connell. And the rumors are starting to bubble after this week's release of the hit Netflix show Receiver, where Adams, you can be seen, is super frustrated. He talked about how he demanded Jimmy Garoppolo get benched last season. Talked a little bit about how Aiden O'Connell should be the starter this season, but there really isn't much bright upside for the Las Vegas Raiders. It's not a good football team. They're not going to be a good football team for a while there. Do I think Antonio Pierce has potential at head coach? Yes, but this team is not anywhere close to being a good football team. And Adams getting up there in age, heading towards 32 years old. He is getting up there for a wide receiver, but still has elite potential. Was awesome in his first year with Vegas, but mightily struggled without any sincere quarterback play whatsoever. But in comes Rodgers. Rodgers talked about Davante. They asked him some questions. Davante saying how Rodgers is always in his ear still, trying to get him to come play. And then Rodgers dropping the little, nugget that he likes to drop. He said, "I love Davante. I can't wait to play with Davante again." Just giving us a little bit like, oh boy, here we go. Breece Hall, the Jets running back, speaking up, talking about how he wants Davante to come play with him. And even in his a little bit elder age, Davante going to the Jets would instantly make this the best, or maybe the best, probably the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL, pairing him with young wide receiver Garrett Wilson, really giving them a total nightmare for secondaries to deal with. But there is some catches there. Adams is under a massive contract with the Raiders, and the Raiders really can't get out of that contract. His dead cap number for this season, if he were to get traded, is in the $40 million range. I believe, $40.4 million on the dead cap. So that would cost him $15 million based on his cap at only being $25 million. But after this season, another shitty year, terrible quarterback play. The Raiders suck. They can get out of this Adams contract. $15 million in dead cap money is absolutely nothing. $28 million in savings. Now, the question is, how does this season play out for the Jets? If the Jets are good, the Jets make the playoffs, everybody sticks around, you sign up for maybe 1 or 2 more years of Aaron Rodgers once again. Could they swing it, that bring in Adams, figure out the cap situation, and go all in? Because the Jets, the worst NFL franchise over the last 14 or so years. They haven't made the playoffs since 2010. Made it to the AFC Championship game in back-to-back seasons, but since then, no playoff appearances. This is a team that won 1 Super Bowl 50 plus years ago now, so it's a lot of awful. Jet fans are really tortured as a fan base at whole. Never really been good, but they're all in now on the Rodgers experiment. And I think adding a guy like Davante Adams, who, man, when you watch the Receiver show, he just looks frustrated. He hates it there. He likes living in Vegas, but he's really longing for any sort of competent quarterback play. And you're not really going to get that in Vegas. Like, Aiden O'Connell's okay. He was a late round draft pick for a reason. Wasn't really a stud in college. I mean, Gardner Minshew, this generation's Ryan Fitzpatrick, coming in off the bench. He's fine, but we know what Gardner Minshew is. And sometimes you get spoiled, man. Davante Adams got really spoiled landing in Green Bay, coming into the NFL, playing with one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game. And Adams has even been caught on mic talking about how he measures success by how good he is, not whether or not the team wins. And Rodgers is the perfect quarterback for him. That's literally the Rodgers MO. Not win the big game, put up gaudy numbers. So they're kind of perfect for each other. And this is an interesting situation brewing. Got to keep our eyes on it. Do I think the Raiders can get rid of him this year? No, but do I think he's gone after this season, after another terrible year for the Raiders? Absolutely. And a reunion with Rodgers in New York with the Jets would be the biggest thing since Broadway. It would be a light up show for Jets fans and it'd make the AFC even more interesting. And I'm all about the interesting storylines in the NFL. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is there any chance we get a reunion between Rodgers and Adams? Is Adams in for the long term in Las Vegas, or does he demand a trade? Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. Help support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.